It's been a very interesting journey. We've really gone through a lot to get the machines up to where they are. Even without everything from 2020, it was a big task, and with the team we had, we really achieved a lot.
The tunnelling works is the crux of the project. It's absolutely critical. Without the tunnel, you basically won't have a rail system. The construction of it and the planning of it was quite challenging and time-consuming. We use massive machines on this project, 2 very beautiful tunnel boring machines and 6 rotators. So the Gabba, obviously, it's the epicenter for tunnelling work. We had quite an old building built in the 70s, I believe, the Land Centre and Gold Print site. We had to demolish that as part of early works. So we delivered a nice clear site for the contractor to come along and start the excavation work. Our TBM is actually manufactured by Connect. However, the machines have been used on the Sydney Metro project. The main components like the main drive and all that were sent back to Germany, where it was refurbed, and everything was brought back to Connect, where it was reassembled to our specification.
Essentially just pulling apart all of the components, checking every seal, every bearing, and replacing anything that needed to be replaced. We repainted the whole machines. We had to widen the walkways on both machines because the tunnel here in Brisbane is slightly bigger than in Sydney. Yeah, we went through a whole process of cutting off a bit of walkway and extending it. And then just all the components had to be slightly adjusted to suit. 200 millimeters doesn't sound like much, but yeah, it's a lot of work on our end to go through.
Particularly the can itself, like the cutter head, main drive and the tail skin, all new because of the larger diameter. So over at the Gabba, we've actually created a mini city. We have our 2 offices, one's for the tunnelling office and the other one is for station works. So we've got 2 contractors on board to deliver those 2 package of works. I mean, on site, there's a hive of activities. We've got a water treatment plant, we've got a grout plant, we've got the spoil acoustic shed, as well as a gantry crane to lift the large component trees of the TBM down into the cabin below. So everything serves the tunnelling activity, as well as the day-to-day ongoing delivery of logistics for the tunnelling work, such as delivery of the precast segments from Wagner's at Wakehole. So that's pretty much running 24/7, as well as the spoil trucks coming in, taking up spoil to be disposed of. One of the moments that sticks to my mind that was tricky when we brought the machines to site was the railway crossing at Cavendish Road.
Plenty of anxious moments. Just with such a tight deadline, you're always worried about something.
So it was train lines as well as a light pole mast. It was very, very tricky. We had to back and forth several times just to make sure the gripper shield managed to go under and clear this light pole.
I think there was 30-40 mil between the TBM and the overhead wires as it was crossing over the train line there. So everyone was on the edge of their seat there. The truck drivers were sort of laughing. It's a bit of an extreme sport.
It was quite a feat. There was a lot of planning works to go transporting the machines to site.
Yeah, all the planning really paid off. Once it was passed, it was fine. And then for the next machine and the next piece, yeah, everybody was calm and sort of knew what to expect.
2 giant boring machines were today named after 2 famous Queensland women who also broke new ground.
Cross River Rail's 2 giant tunnel boring machines, named after 2 women who forged the way for others.
I must say, this is the most wonderful, exciting honour. I'm absolutely delighted to see so many women over there who are working, who are engineers.
It was thrilling to actually invite Professor Elsa Shepherd to site, just to see her reaction. And her name emblazoned on the side of the tail skin. She was very chuffed about it, so it was very exciting to have witnessed the whole machine in parts delivered here and there, and to come to the Gabba site all assembled and ready for tunnelling. That was definitely very exciting.
When we're underground, we can't use a conventional GPS system, so we have a laser array set up in the tunnel, and we use that laser, which can tell us position and distance, and we can redirect that laser around the curves in the tunnel and everything, and then we know from that point exactly where the TBM is in millimetre precision.
There is a crew of 15 staff on each of the machine at a time, and they're busily operating the machines to ensure that it gets to the Northern Portal as quick as possible. I mean, it is operating 24/7.
Obviously, the TBM driver is a very specific role. It has to be someone that's very experienced, and a good driver makes a big difference.
It's actually pretty noisy working on the TBM. Always constantly rattling noises, the conveyors are beeping. Even when the machine's grinding, you hear the alarm going for the conveyor belt. There's also a lot of extension of the pipeworks. So as the machine cuts forward, when it's downtime, they just extend the ventilation bag, dewatering pipes, electrification, HV extension. So there's a lot of things that continuously is extending as the machine progresses forward. When the TBM's operating, it has allowed for 7 metres of rock, which is a diameter of the TBM itself.
Any tunnelling project, whether it's TBMs, mine tunnels, micro tunnels, they all have a degree of complexity in passing through any urban area.
There's a lot of pressure on to make sure that we're ready by the time the TBMs arrive. So we've got the TBM trackers, and we're very conscious of they're passing from Woolloongabba. It seemed to be moving very quickly. TBM Elsa passed under the Brisbane River, and everyone was saying that could potentially slow down while passing under the river. But
the main area of concern is not under the river, it's as we start going under the river. That's where the real change is happening. So we got good production rates under the river after we got through those sides of the river, the bank areas, where we had those areas of geological concern.
the next thing we knew, both TBMs were passing under the Botanic Gardens and approaching.
Face to face with the first, Cross River Rail's second tunnel boring machine is finally here. It's another major milestone. The twin tunnels now connect the future Roma Street and Woolloongabba stations, transforming the way we travel in the River City.
To see these complex pieces of machinery together side by side for it to start spinning, it's really exciting. So you know that you've achieved a critical milestone on the project.
There is an unbelievable amount of work that has gone into this. It's really exciting to be a part of this project, and in the future to be able to look back and say that I had a part in completing the new Cross River Rail.
Really proud of everyone, and it's a big milestone for Brisbane. A lot of blood, sweat and tears has gone into getting us to this place. We've done it safely and we're doing it on time.